All right, guys, you got this. Let's go. Gun right, triple E. Close that go. On one, on one.
Ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? It's Pick'em with HuddleGG, and today we're going to talk about Cover 6, how it works, and what the matching rules are against trip style sets. We're going to focus on two trips alignments and understanding how a little bit of a change with how the offense lines up can affect the way that our defense reacts when we're in this coverage. And then we're going to talk about a real life coverage check called the cop check that Nick Saban ran when he was still coaching. We're going to talk about how we can implement that in Madden and when that can be a very useful concept to go to help us shut down one of the more popular plays you're going to face in trips here in Madden 25. So that being said, let's first dive into how Cover 6 looks, what it looks like, and what each player's responsibility is going to be on this defense. Okay, now if we look at our defense here, what we want to do is essentially split the field in half. Okay, so we're going to split the field right down the middle where the center's at, and we're going to look at the left side of the field, and that's going to be one type of our coverage, and we're going to look to the right side of the field, and it's going to be a different coverage. Okay, now if we look at our play art here, you're going to see we have a cover 4 look to the left side of the screen and a cover 2 look to the right side of the screen. The way Cover 6 gets its name is cover 4 to one side, cover 2 to the other, 4 plus 2, cover 6. Okay, so we're going to first focus on the left side of the screen, or the cover 4 side of this coverage. Okay, now when we're running this defense, you're going to see that we are going to get a +1 advantage to each side of the field. Okay, so on the left here, we're going to have the linebacker, the safety, the slot corner, and the outside corner. So we're going to have 4 defenders over the 3 receivers, and then that means we would have 3 defenders over the 2 receiving threats to the right side of the field. Okay, now there is a new alignment when we're running cover 6 here in Madden 25, because when we're running cover 6, it's going to play the palms check or the special check to the trip side, and that's going to give us this alignment where that outside corner is pressed. So you can see this outside corner is going to start pressed when we come out in either cover 6 or cover 4 palms, because they're going to play the trip side of the field the exact same, those two different coverages. Now, we will talk about why he is in that press alignment, but that is something new this year that you are going to see when you are running this specific coverage. Okay, now you can switch your coverage shell to a cover 4 shell, and he will back off, and I'll show you that a little bit later on in this video. But your default look is going to have this outside corner in this pressed alignment. Okay, now what are the rules over here to the left side of the screen? So first, let's look at this outside corner. His job is really simple. He is going to play Meg or man everywhere this outside receiver goes. Okay, so no matter what this outside receiver runs, this guy is going to be matched up on him one-on-one. He's playing man coverage. Okay, so if he runs a drag, an out, a post, a comeback, a streak, it does not matter what that outside receiver runs. Our outside corner is going to play man coverage on that. Now, the next two people that are important are going to be our quarter flat here and our safety. Okay, so our quarter flat and our safety are going to play 2 read on the inside guys, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this slot corner first, this quarter flat. He is going to have eyes on the inside receiver because he's going to man up or match to him if he goes quick to the flat. Okay, if the inside receiver goes quick to the flat, our quarter flat is going to man up on him. Okay, if that's the case and he has to man up on that guy, our safety will then take the middle receiver vertical. Okay, so the safety will match to the middle receiver vertical if the quarter flat has to take the inside receiver to the flat. Okay, now if he's looking here and this inside receiver does not go to the flat quickly, now it's going to change a little bit. Now the quarter flat is going to take the middle receiver vertical, and our safety is responsible for the inside receiver vertical. Okay, now the last player here on the trip side is going to be our 3-rec hook. He is going to be looking for a shallow crosser here coming from the left side of the screen going to the right. So if 87 goes on a drag, he'll help out and push him to about middle of the field, then he'll let him go to the right side. Okay, so again, he's going to help push any shallow crosser to the right side of the field to where the help is. All right, so that's what we're going to see here to the left side of the screen. So if we just look at a couple of route combos here, so if all 3 of them are going vertical, I'll show you what it's going to look like. Then we'll go to replay and see again just how they are matching there. So we're just going to throw that ball away. We'll go to the replay here and we'll look at this just so you can see it in action. So again, this outside corner here, he is playing man coverage anywhere this guy goes. Okay, he is going to be playing a press man coverage if we leave it in this default alignment. You need to understand your personnel. Deion Sanders is not a great press corner, so I would not want to leave him pressed personally, just because of the personnel that I have out here. But if you have a guy who has good press, you can leave him out here to press. But you can see here, he is going to still obviously play man anywhere that guy goes. Guy does have a step because he won that animation. Now, these two guys, again, they're playing what we call two read. So this guy here, you see how he actually has eyes on the inside, right? You see right when we say hike, he actually looks to the inside, and once he realizes that this guy's not coming to the flat quickly, so when he gets to about that 4 or 5 yard marker, he now changes his attention to the number 2, or the middle receiver here, and he says, all right, I'm going to take him vertical. You can see here, he's matching him all the way down the field. Now, when this guy matches here and doesn't have to take the inside guy quick to the flat, that tells our safety, I am now responsible for this inside guy vertical. All right, so you can see here, he is going to match that guy vertically down the field. Okay, so on that one, real simple, all 3 guys go vertical, and you see who is matching who. Now, if they would run something where the inside guy is going to the flat quickly, so again, same thing from the outside too, but now the inside guy is going to the flat quickly, what we're going to see is the quarter flat is going to not follow this guy vertical. He's going to trap this guy quick to the flat. He's going to pin down on this flat route to 87. And then our safety is going to replace him and now cover that middle receiver vertically. Okay, so if we say hike here with this route combination, you're going to see, again, the quarter flat is going to take the flat route, and that's going to leave our safety there to take that vertical over the top. So if we look at the replay on this real quick, you can see exactly what we're talking about. Again, this guy here, he goes to the flat. That tells, again, this guy, his eyes first are on that inside receiver. He sees him come quick to the flat. He is not worried about that middle receiver anymore. He's now pinning down on this, and he is going to pass off this middle receiver to the safety, and the safety is going to follow that vertically down the field, as you can see there. And obviously, we still have the man everywhere he goes out here to the outside. Like I said, Deion's going to keep getting torched off the press. He does not have a great press rating, but just wanted you to see how that's going to play. Now, again, that's the trip side of this. Now, the other side here, if we look at the play art, it's going to have a vert hook, a soft squat, and a deep half. Now, where the tight end is at, or where this solo receiver is going to determine how our 3 guys over here, specifically the soft squat, is going to play in his coverage, okay? If this tight end is split, or if he's in close, if he's attached to the line or in something like a trips tight end flex, they're just going to play zone, okay? So if we would run something like this here, where we just have a corner and a flat route, you're going to see they're just going to play a spot drop cover 2 zone. No one's going to match anything. No one's going to pin down on anything. They're just going to drop back to the areas of the field. And again, they're just going to essentially be playing what you would traditionally think a cover 2 spot drop would be. Vert hook's just going to drop to his area. This guy's going to essentially be a cloud flat over here. And then we have our deep half over the top. Now, that's going to be the case if, again, that tight end is in close, or if he is in that trips tight end flex alignment. Now, if that tight end is split out wide, or if it's a solo receiver split out wide, we're going to get some match rules, okay? And again, specifically that soft squat there, okay? So, first of all, if the outside or that solo receiver goes vertical and nobody's coming to the flat, the soft squat is going to match the vertical all the way down the field. So, if we see this, you're going to see that soft squat's going to run with that vertical route all the way down the field. And if we go to the replay, you can see, again, his job, he's going to see if that running back's coming quick to the flat. If that running back's not coming quick to the flat, he is going to now match this guy vertical, and we have the deep half over the top. Okay? Now, if that guy is split out wide and he's running vertical, but we have a quick to the flat, so again, our running back's going to the flat on a flat route, swing route, whatever it may be, the soft squat will trap. He will leave that streak. He will pin down on the running back to the flat, and then our safety will be responsible for the streak or that fade route over the top. So it's going to look like this. You're going to see that now he is not going to be there. Now, one thing you do have to be a little bit cautious of is at times our safety can get out leveraged there if they do split this guy out wide and run the running back to the flat, because again, you can see this guy, his eyes are in the backfield. Once he realizes that running back's coming out to the flat, he leaves the streak, and then he is going to pin down on this running back, and then our safety here is responsible for being over the top. If he is not wide enough, then you are possibly going to be able to give up this whole shot down the sideline. Again, we could maybe click on and make a play there. But one thing you could do is if they were going to motion this guy out and you were worried about that a little bit, if they were running a combination like this, you could always just move that safety out a couple of steps, right? You could just move him out like right on the numbers, and that's going to give us a little bit better job there of that guy to be in a position where if they do try to throw that over the top, our safety will be there just because he's in a little bit better pre-snap alignment. Okay, so that's what the right side of the field is going to do. Whether he is that tight end, whether he is attached to the line, again, they're just going to play that spot drop. But if he is split out wide as a solo receiver, then they are going to have some matching rules to the right side as well. Whether this tight end is split in close or whether he is split out wide as a solo receiver does not affect the way that the left side of the trip side of the field plays. Okay, they're still going to play the same coverage over there to the trip side. All right, so again, this guy's alignment only affects this right side of the field. Okay, now let's get into the cop check that we talked about, or the Nick Saban coverage that he's ran in real life, and understand how we can do that here in Madden. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to do this out of trips tight end flex, because I want to show you this against motion wide post. It's one of the more popular plays in the game. I want to show you how we can use this coverage to really attack one of, if not the most used plays out of trips this year in Madden. So again, we're just going to come out in that play to start. We're going to come out in our cover 6. And one thing I do want to say, to show you what it will look like differently, is if you don't have a corner who is really good at pressing to that left side or the trip side, you can always, like I said, come out in a cover 4 shell by moving that right stick left or right here before you pick the play. And then when we come out in cover 6 here, you can now see our corner to the left. He is not in that press alignment. He is going to be off more in a cover 4 traditional look. Okay, now what is the cop check and how does it work? It's really going to apply over here to the right side of the screen more than anything. Okay, so the tight end and the running back side is where it's going to change things. Over here, we're still getting the same coverage that we talked about earlier on in this video. Now, if this guy's backed off or pressed, he's still playing Meg or man anywhere this outside receiver goes. Okay, so don't think that when we have him backed off like this, he's not going to play the same coverage. The only thing that's going to change is he's not going to try to press that guy. Okay, now with the cop check, what we want to do, we're first going to look at this this outside corner here. Okay, his job is if the running back goes out for a route, he is supposed to take the running back man to man. Okay, so he is going to man up on that running back if the running back comes out to the flat. Now, if the running back stays in, this outside corner's job is to take the tight end man-to-man. Okay, so those are his 2 rules. If the running back goes out, he takes him man-to-man. If the running back stays in, he takes the tight end man-to-man. Okay, now the vert hook, he is just going to make sure they can't throw it quickly to the tight end vertical. He's not going to match anybody. He is just, again, making sure they can't throw that quick throw. He's going to wall it off and then just zone this area of the field off and be in a good position for anything else coming. Now, the safety here, his job is dependent on what this outside corner does. Okay, if this outside corner mans up with the running back, so again, if the running back goes out for a route, we said this corner has to take the running back, and then the safety now would have to take the tight end if he goes vertical or to the outside. Okay, if he runs something like a drag, the safety does not have to take him. Now, if the running back stays in the block, we said this guy is going to man up on the tight end. If that's the case, our safety has no real responsibility. The safety is now going to be able to push to the trip side, look out for a crosser. Really, you can help out wherever you want. If you want to double that tight end at that point, that's perfectly fine. Again, you have a lot of freedom if that running back stays in to block. Okay, now how do we make this work in Madden, right? And it's very, very simple to actually get it to work the way you want it. You do have to user someone specifically, but what we want to do is we're going to man up the outside corner on the running back. Okay, so it's going to look just like this, and now we're going to use this safety. Okay, so again, our rule is if that running back is blocking, we can do whatever we want, right? If that running back goes out for a route, we have to look at the tight end and we have to react to what he's doing. Okay, so again, if he's going vertical or to the outside, we have to take him with our user. If he goes underneath quickly, we do not have to take him. All right, so how can this be effective here when they're running this specific play, right? So a lot of times people are going to run something like this where they're going to put that B on a drag and they're going to have this concept right here. So again, in this situation, our outside corner is going to take the running back, and that tells us as the user we have to watch the tight end if he goes vertical. Okay, so if they say hike here, what you're going to see is we're going to see that running back go out. We now take this vertical to the tight end, and you're going to see there is absolutely nothing open on the field. Okay, so if we look at the replay here real quick, you're going to see, again, this drag, the 3-rec's going to do a good job of running with that across the field. And then getting him, again, to this opposite side of the field. They could throw this really late. Most of the time, they're not going to. Now, this whip route is actually going to get bagged most of the time by this quarter flat. So you can see he's going to match him. And this is actually going to be really good coverage for us, especially if you have a mid zone. You're going to be able to knock that ball out. Now, this guy, again, this is our job, right? Our job here is to take this tight end if he goes vertical. You can see he's going vertical. We're going to take him there. Okay, so again, you can see how this coverage right here is going to really do a great job against one of the more popular plays that you're going to face in trips, just because of this concept and how it works. Now, this coverage can work against other concepts as well. So let's say that they are running something like this, where they're running something like verticals look, right, where they're going to have that tight end go underneath. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to man up the outside corner to that running back. We're going to use her this safety. Again, our rule is if that running back goes out, we have to look at the tight end. If that tight end goes vertical, we take him. If not, we can help out elsewhere. So again, we say hike. We see that tight end goes underneath. We don't have to take him. What you're going to see is the 3-rec hook is going to take him back to the other side of the field. Okay, so if we look at this, again, we don't have to take anything going underneath, right? So again, we see that go underneath. We can now help out on this crosser here and help the safety. But what you're going to see is our 3-rec is going to do a great job at running back across the field with this tight end. Now, the last one is, again, when that running back is blocking. So if that running back is blocking and they are running something, let's say they're running something like this, where they have the corner route and then something verticals as well. If that running back is blocking, what's great about this coverage is the outside corner that we manned up to the running back will switch his attention. He will now man up on the tight end. Because again, we said we don't have to cover anybody if the running back blocks. Now this is going to allow our corner to get that tight end. If you want to help over the top, you can, but you do have the freedom there to do what you want if they are sending or if they are blocking that running back in. So you can see with that simple man up of the outside corner on the running back, we're able to create a real life concept that can be very useful if used in the right situation. But understanding how this cover 6 defense works against trips is key, and being able to stop one of the more popular formations year in and year out. And you want to make sure to add this to your repertoire and understanding how this works, because you're going to really put yourself in a better position to confuse your opponent and get more stops on the defensive side of the ball. And if you guys are looking to get better at Madden, make sure to join our free Discord by going to HuddleGG/Discord. Have a great day.